see you in the smile of a baby, sweet and true. I can see you in the eyes of my very best friends. I see you in these bonds, just like your love that never ends. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you with the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord, in sorrow and in happiness. I see you with the glory of sweet success. I see you, Lord, every hour, every day. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I pray. I can see you, Lord, whenever I pray. I see you, Lord.
Hello everyone, good day. I'm Francis Aglipa, your practice teacher. So today, we will discuss the one of the main types of poetry and as well as the types of poetry. So, poetry is a word derived from the Greek word poesis, which means the act of making or creating. So the related words are poet, poesy, poem, and verse. So as we all know, literature is anything that is written that tells stories or any scriptures and of course manuscripts. So literature has main types, which are poetry, drama, and novel. So we will be focusing on the poetry. So poetry has been defined by some known poets. So according to Matthew Arnold, poetry is a criticism of life. Criticism of life because it addresses issues of human beings. Then it is under a fixed condition of laws of poetic truth and poetic beauty. So poetic truth because it is a representation of human life in a true way. Meaning, in the other words, it tells truth about humans. Then, on the other hand, it is a poetic beauty because of the manner and style of writing. Then we have Thomas Hardy. Poetry is emotion put into measure. So similar to the definition given by Matthew Arnold, poetry is emotion. It is by nature, but in writing, it is being measured through the style of writing. Then, according to William Wordsworth, poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotion recollected in tranquility. So, a writer must have emotion or is in the mood to write, because poetry is it tells it's a reflection of what the author feels. Then it is written in tranquility, meaning in a peaceful atmosphere, in a peaceful way, where the author can express and reflect on what he feels. And poetry is the record of the best and happiest moments of the happiest and the best ways. So similar to Wordsworth, the emotions should is come I must come from nature. It is natural. Then poetry is the rhythmical creation of beauty in words by Edgar Allan Poe. So, Edgar Allan Poe's style of writing in poem, he adds the sound. It's like in musical style. So to create beauty, to create musicality effect when when being read. Then poetry comes nearer to vital truth than history. So same with Thomas Hardy and Matthew Arnold. Poetry comes near to vital truth. So it tells the story of humans, their struggles, their it tells how they respond to the problems or the society. So we have observed here that their definitions are somewhat similar. Another source from other sources, poetry is defined as one of the oldest forms of literature. It is a literary work that expresses thoughts, feelings, and emotions. It is a musical form of literature because some poems are being sung. Then it creates imagery. It creates mental picture of the event and the theme in the story. So it uses sound and figurative language with words to convey message. So in order for the poetry to become or to sound interesting, authors uses figurative language. Then it is a metrical composition. It is the creation of a poet. Metrical composition because there are styles in writing. Then they have the rhyming scheme, style of writing. Okay, so we have types of poetry. So poetry has two types: subjective poetry and objective poetry. So the first type of poetry is subjective poetry. Under the subjective poetry, we have lyric, sonnet, elegy, and ode. Subjective poetry is also called personal poetry or lyrical poetry. They are concerned with the poet and his or her feelings, emotions, and thoughts. So this is about the um, the speaker of the poem. The story is about the speaker of the poem regarding their emotion, thoughts, and how he respond or um, win in the story against the struggles in the society. Then lyric, sonnet, elegy, and ode are the most important forms of the subjective poetry because it's more on the personal struggles, personal thoughts and feelings. That is the subject or the theme of the subjective poetry. Now, first type of poetry is lyrical poetry. The term lyric is derived from the Greek word lyre, which means a musical instrument. So it is a short song sung with lyre. It is a musical short poem. It expresses a single mood of or feelings. It is concerned with the poet. The general subject of lyric are life, love, death, and such others. So it's all about the writer or the speaker in the poem, written into words with emotion. It's either it tells ecstasy, admiration, love. Example is Shakespearean Sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from air sometime declines, by chance or nature changing course and trim. This stanza tells about the speaker. This the speaker's admiration, a feeling of love to unknown woman. Then we have elegy. It is a song of mourning, yung pagtadalamhati. It is it is a lament. It is an expression of sorrow, pain, despair. It is generally written on someone's death. Example: Thomas Gray's elegy, written on a church country churchyard. The pastoral elegy is a special subtype of elegy. It is related to shepherd and rural life. The elegy is meant to be sung during sorrow, pain, and despair. Yeah, kanang if na ay mamatay, then it kanang example is natutulog ba ang Diyos. So it is kanang mostly the theme of that is full of emotions, kanang sorrow, pains, mga downgrade, kanang mga heavy emotions yun, kanang if someone loses or someone's died. Okay, then we have Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage close and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with object won. Exalt, O shore, and ring, O bells. But I, with mournful tread, walk the deck by captain, lies fallen cold and dead. So in the first line, the captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. So we can picture this. We can picture out someone who is not moving, who is very pale. So, so it's in this first line we can determine that this person or the person that is being referred by the speaker is already dead. Then we have odd. It is a special kind of lyrical poetry. It is addressed to someone or something. It is an expression of the passionate feelings such as love, respect, or praise for someone or something. So, unlike the lyrical poetry, it only focuses on mood, a single mood or feeling. It is concerned with the poet, while the ode it's a, it's part of Kuan Ao's lyrical poetry. The only thing that differs is that they address someone's feeling. It shows um, empathy to someone who is to someone or who is kanang nakaluoy siya. And of course kanang if you praise someone, if you admire someone, that is odd. Ode to Duty by William Wordsworth. Stern daughter of the voice of God. Duty, oh Duty, if that name thou love, who art alike to give, or rather to check the earring and reprove. So this stanza tells about the importance of duty, um, the how important to serve the someone or yes to be responsible for being responsible and by praising someone it tells the it tells that the speaker has admires someone who is responsible in his job. And objective poetry is the second type of poetry. That's impersonal. Objective poetry is also called impersonal poetry and narrative poetry. Sorry, excuse me. It is narrative and dramatic. So it is being narrated and dramatic. It narrates a story that may be either long or short. Example: epic, ballad, mock epic, dramatic, monologue are some notable forms of objective poetry. Epic The epic is a long narrative poem usually written in 12 books. It tells a story about extraordinary men and women and their heroic deeds. It contains many extraordinary doings of individual heroes. Example: The Odyssey by Homer, Paradise Lost by John Milton. So it shows the heroic act of the character, the bravery of the character. Then we have ballad. The word ballad comes with the word baler or balare, which means to dance. It is a short narrative poem. It is a musical composition. It is a storytelling poem. It deals with a heroic theme. It is written in a ballad stanza form or 9 stanza. The popular ballad, the literary ballad are the two forms of ballad. Example: use Ballad of Landlord. Not familiar with this. Then Sir Patrick Spence Scotland Ballad. It also tells The theme is about the hero. Then another example of epic is Biag Nilang Ang. Any story or poem that shows bravery, like Beowulf. Then dramatic monologue. The dramatic monologue is a form of poem in which a single character's speech is in a dramatic manner. In it, an imaginary speaker speaks to a silent listener. It discloses particular purpose of the speaker's actions. Example is Robert Browning's My Last Duchess is one of the examples of dramatic monologue. It's a monologue siya because usara ang speaker, but they he or she is portraying two characters as if he's speaking to as if he has a conversation with someone, and listeners or silent listener, these are the kanang it's silent listener because there is no interaction, bali siya ra jud ang kadalasan characters. So activity, we have read carefully the lyric poem entitled How Do You Cope when someone particularly close to you passes away? Then answer the questions 1 to 5 on page 391 to 392. Write your answers on a piece of one paper, one whole sheet. Write your answers on a one whole sheet of paper. So ang sayon running ang poem, it's about moving on from someone you love who just passed away. So tagang makarelate na natin. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I hope you learned from me. So if you have more questions, you can message me on Messenger, Francis Villar in the paper. So I believe we do have a group chat. So just message me there. Okay, so God bless everyone.